So today I am gonna tell you what is an operator in Python. An operator in Python is a symbol that tells the code or the computer to perform the certain operation assigned to it. An operator can be used to find calculation, add values to variables, and to check if something is greater or less than something, or if it meets the expectation. So those are things that operators can be used for. There are four main types of operators: arithmetic operators, comparison operators, there's logical operators, and assignment operators. Arithmetic operators can be used to perform certain calculations. And comparison operators are used for comparison. Comparison operators are used for comparing the things or values. Logical operators are like comparison operators, but then now it can carry two comparison operations at once. And lastly, assignment operators are used to assign values to variables. One thing to know is that there are more operators in Python, but for this video, we will only discuss this four. First, let's talk about arithmetic operators. There are 7 types of arithmetic operators: addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and floor division, modulus, and exponential notation. Now, in order to perform one of the 7 calculations, and so you're gonna first type in the print, you're gonna type in your first number, and you're gonna type in the symbol you want to operate. For example, I want to do addition. And you're going to put your second number, and you're going to put another symbol if you want to do it with another number, and so on. Now, the symbols of all the 7 operations are: for addition, it's a plus; for subtraction, it's a minus; for multiplication, it's a asterisk; for division, it's a slash; for modulus, it's a percentage sign; for floor division, it's 2 slashes; and for exponential notation, it's 2 asterisks. Comparison operators are operators that are used for comparison or comparing things. One thing to know is that this operator responds in either true or false. So the first type of operator checks if 2 numbers are equal or not. This is known as the equality operator. And as you can see, it returns false because 12 and 56 aren't the same number. The next type of operator is known as the not equal operator, which checks if 2 numbers are equal or not. For example, I'm going to type in my first number, and then I'm going to type in a exclamation mark, and I'm going to type in an equal sign. This is the symbol for the not equal operator. I'm going to type in my next number, which is 12. So let's run and see what the result is. So it's false because 12 and 12 are the same number. So the next type of comparison operator is an operator which checks if the first number is greater than the second number. If it is, then it responds true, and if it isn't, then it responds false. And in other words, it's also known as the greater than comparison operator. And it can be written as a greater than symbol. That is also the same with the less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to symbols. Next, let's talk about logical operators. So the first logical operator returns true if both statements are true. For example, number equals to the value 5, and as you can see, the value of number is 5, so this statement is true. And number is also greater than 3. And as you can see, 5 is greater than 3. So both of these statements are true. So both of them return true. Mean like each of the comparison operation, add an and or an or. And also like the same statement will also return false if either of the statements are false. Now, for example, I'm actually gonna change the 3 to an 8. So now this statement is false because 4 isn't greater than 8. So, as you can see, the second will always return false. And now instead of putting an and between the comparison operators, if you put an or then, now if you put an or, so the output we get is now like if either of the statements are true, if one of them is true, then it will return true. Now if you put the same statement here but put a not before it, then it will give you the opposite result of the expected result. Now both of the comparison operators must be the same. Logical operators can be written as first comparison operator, and there will be an and or one of those two words, and there will be your second condition. And so that's how a comparison operator is written as. Now, our last operators, which is also known as assignment operators, are used to assigning value to variables. Now, you could add, subtract, and multiply, divide, and perform all the arithmetic, all the 7 arithmetic operations to variables. Just if you want to use the specific arithmetic operation, you need to put the symbol of it before the equal sign.